Greetings, YouTube. I am truly blessed to do what I do. And I especially want to commend everybody that reaches out to me just to sometimes say kind things, sometimes say mean things. But, I did this YouTube channel to start as a way to give myself something to focus on, especially when I wasn't teaching. It's been an incredibly positive thing overall for my mental health, and it's allowed me to meet so many incredible people in the community that I otherwise would not have come across without my channel. That brings me to this video from Tribute to Loki. Now, it's a series of videos. Shout out to the Loki family of alliances, by the way. He and I have been in touch the last few days because when he heard the buff announcement for Ultron, decided that he would use a fully formed Tier 5 class catalyst of the tech class and take his unawakened rank 2 6-star Ultron to rank 3 and compare Ultron before and after the buff using the Mr. Synerger. Mr. Synerger? That's not a word. Mr. Sinister Synergy. So the first video we're going to watch is pre the June patch buff, which, if you don't already know, the update is out for the Marvel Casino of Champions, as it usually is in the first Monday of the month, although technically this is the last day of May, but it's the first Monday of the new cycle of content week. So it's not that you can't stack bleeds, but you don't stack them very high. You know, you'll see he'll get to two bleeds, and it'll be doing 125 damage per tick, which I can get better bleed damage from some of my 3-stars. People forget that Ultron was one of those champions that was nerfed in some ways in patch 12.0. We talk about Scarlet Witch and Black Widow and Thor and especially Doctor Strange. But Ultron and Magneto were not unscathed. And I always said to myself, like, why did you have to touch Ultron? He was fine. I also didn't even know anybody that used Magneto at that point, and they still nerfed him. And so you can see he's 76 hits in, and he's not even taking 30% of the damage. And if you're talking about Ultron and bleed damage in general, it's pathetic right now. It is, like I said, 125 per tick, and most of these hits are causing 0 bleeds. You're not seeing consistent heal blocks. You're not seeing anything to make him really effective. You're seeing some power locks, which, better than nothing. But he's a 6-star. This is a rank 3, right? A 6-star rank 3 that's hitting like a 3-star with the bleed damage of a 3-star. And stacking those bleeds to 3, getting crits from 6 to 9,000, which again is 3-star, maybe some terrible 4-stars like. And this would be pathetic if this was a rank 1 6-star, but like I said, it's a rank 3. So you're looking at this and you're just thinking, man, why would I ever use Ultron? But you've got to trust Kabam, and that's a big thing with these buffs, to think, okay, if I'm going to put a tech tier 5 class catalyst into him, as well as all the other many important and rare items that it takes to take a 6-star to rank 3, which some of you watching this are Cavalier, thinking about that very much, as that is what is keeping you from Thronebreaker, is just taking a 6-star to rank 3, even though I shouldn't say just, as that is a huge accomplishment and very, very expensive for most players who have to wait for daily specials, or especially July 4th Cyber Weekend and spring cleaning specials. But yeah, 150 hits. The fight's going great, other than I guess punching the air right there. But it's a 6-star that's hitting like a 3-star. There's no other way to put it for me. Okay, so eventually, let's just fast forward, because I'm sure you're bored. I'm bored. It takes him over 4 minutes to win the fight. And the big question is, how many hits, right? How many hits does it take? And there's, getting to 195 bleed damage. Look out, OP. A total of 190 hits. 4 minutes and 15 seconds. The next video is 1 minute and 28 seconds. Now, you'll notice I was very confused at first when he sent this, because the PI is bugged. He went from having a 13,000 PI Ultron to a 10,000. But check out the bleed damage. First off, he's stacking bleeds past 3 automatically, and you might say, oh, it's still 166. That's not the best, but keep watching, because it is something that just continues to go up, and you'll also see the heal block that is now a consistent mechanic of Ultron, which makes him way more valuable, especially when you're fighting better champs. And check out the bleed damage now. We're not just in the 400s, we're in 2,800, and it is going like crazy. Ultron's bleed damage is now really, really good. And the crits are not 4,000 and 6,000, they're 8,000 and 12,000. And eventually, check out those intercepts. You've got more crazy bleed damage, 1,000 here, 400 there, 17,000 crit. We're not getting anything close to that before the buff. And my favorite thing is you're stacking like 9 bleeds. I should have asked him and forgot to ask him what his deep wounds is at. But 9 bleeds with the heal block. He's not running suicides. As you can see, he's only lost 1% of health, no recoil damage, and just crazy. That's the kind of bleed damage I'd expect to see from Wolverine or Nick Fury, some of the best bleed champions in the game. So he sent one more video. This is a minute 33, and this is against Realm of Legends Wolverine. Now, you've got the degen. Check that out. Woo! You've got the degen damage, but most importantly, when it comes to his regen, it's all about that heal block, right? There's the heal block. And you'll notice he's being very aggressive in this fight because he wants to continue to keep that heal block up. Now, I still don't think, given that his animations haven't changed and Ultron's Special 1 is incredibly easy to beat, that it's going to be that big of a game changer as a defender. The catch-22 about these buffs is that it always makes fighting them in earlier content, like, say, Act 5 boss, maybe? Although, that's not this Ultron. That's the other Ultron, Labyrinth Ultron. But it can make him more difficult. I can't tell you how many people told me that they hated fighting Juggernaut so much more now on certain crazy nodes in old content, like in Act 4 or Kingpin. But, yeah, the heal blocks are so well that he was allowing the regen to stop. Now, he had to be aggressive on that Special 1, which applied the heal block even though Wolverine blocked it. But you can see that he is now a fantastic, reliable counter to Realm of Legends Wolverine, which there are not that many champions out there who are that, and a 20,000 crit damage to end it. So I asked him if he plans on hopefully awakening him. He wants to, but he doesn't want to use his 6-star generic awakening gem, which he definitely should not. But this is a rank 3 staple. He's also one of those people who has a great roster and feels like he's done everything he wanted to in the game. And so for a very, very small select few summoners, I'm not one of them, you've got a bonus tier 5 class catalyst that's for him lying around, and you can think to yourself, sure, why not? I'll buff this new buffed champ. I can't really identify with it, but I can respect the heck out of it. So thanks again to Tribute. Shout out to Loki and all the other Loki alliances for always the work that you do and the incredible skill that you fight with. Awesome family of alliances. And thank you most importantly to Tribute for passing on the videos and the new evidence to commentate post-June patch buff.